Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Happy fall. I cannot believe we are almost done with September. Like, October is right around the corner. The first day of fall, I believe, is today or tomorrow. Maybe by the time you're seeing this tomorrow, it will be fall. So I'm so ready for fall. The heat has been kicking my butt. I'm stoked for, just to see the leaves changing and just like the fall decorations, the fall attire, the fall drinks. I'm here for it. Today, we are going to be doing a fall inspired makeup look. It is that time where, browns and oranges and berries and purples just really come to life during this season. So I'm excited to come up with a look with you guys and just kind of play around with some eyeshadow. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. It really does help me out a lot, and I thank you guys so much for your support. You can check out my social media also if you want to. They are here on the page as well as down below in the description bar. I am primarily on Instagram and TikTok, and if you guys want to see what look I create, then make sure you keep on watching. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be doing a fall makeup look. We're going to start off with the eyes. I did go in with the Huda Beauty Bomb Brows eyebrow pencil to fill in my eyebrows. I also went in with the P. Louise base to prime my eyelids for eyeshadow, and I was going through my eyeshadow collection and I wasn't sure which palette I was going to be using today, but I came across the perfect fall palette, you guys. So we are going to be going in with the Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature palette. You guys, tell me this is not the most fall appropriate palette you've ever seen. It's so beautiful. I haven't played with this palette in a super long time. I can't even tell you the last time that I played with this palette, but when I saw this, I was like, ooh, this is what fall dreams are made of. So we are going to be using this palette today. I'm pretty sure Morphe still does make this palette. So if you can get your hands on it, I suggest that you do if you're in the hunt for a fall eyeshadow palette. Of course, there's so many on the market that you can get. You don't have to get this one, but this is a good affordable option and it has really good color payoff. I love Morphe's eyeshadow products. So I think the first shade I want to go in with here, let's go in with this shade right here. It's kind of looking a little bit washed out on camera, but it is a peachy beige orangey color. It looks so pretty, and we're just gonna start in the crease here. I don't really know what look I'm going for. That's typically how these videos go that involve eyeshadow. I usually don't know what look I want to go for, and I kind of just go with the flow. I definitely know I want to do something that is orange to kind of like match the shirt that I'm wearing here. This is a bodysuit from Forever 21 if anybody is wondering, but we are just going to start blending this into the crease. You guys can see it looks super pigmented. Even on camera, the color is looking really good. It's just that very beigey, peachy orange color. Perfect for the crease, in my opinion. Perfect for a transition color. Next, we're going to go in with this shade right here. This is kind of like a mustardy brown yellow looking color. It's really pretty, and we are going to take a little bit of a smaller blending brush and we're just going to blend that a little bit lower in the crease. This is just going to help us build some dimension. What are your favorite colors for doing eyeshadow looks? Like, I love the warm tone colors. Like, give me all the warm tones. I like cool tones too, but I don't know that everybody can pull off cool tone eyeshadow. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't look good on everybody. So I love seeing, of course, all eyeshadow on everybody. But for me personally, the warm tones is where it's at. I just feel like there's so many options as to what looks you can really create with warm tones. And I feel like all the tones really blend well together and just go together. I'm gonna go back in with that big brush here and just kind of fluff out the edges here. And I'm just gonna continue building up that sort of mustardy brown color right here in the crease. I feel like working with warm tones and just eyeshadow in general, it's really about building the colors up and the blend of the eyeshadow. And that's why eyeshadow looks take so long to do, because it's just so much layering and blending. But the final product is so worth it. It always looks good in the end. Next, I want to take this brown color. I know it looks a little bit red on camera, but I can tell you that it's definitely brown. And we are going to put this right on the outer corner here and kind of blend it into the orange that we have up in the crease. So I definitely want the orange to kind of pop out behind the brown eyeshadow, if that makes sense. So I don't want to bring the brown too high up. Just going to try to focus keeping the brown right below that orange shade that we went in with. And also on this outer corner here, you guys can see these shadows perform really, really well. And I've had this palette literally for years and years. Whenever it came out, is how long I've had this palette for, and the shadows still perform just as good as when I first bought this palette. And I love the way that the colors look together. I think I want to deepen up the brown though just a little bit. I feel like it's not as deep as I want it to be. So let's go in with this color here. This is like a super dark brown. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and kind of focus this in the same areas where we put the brown. Just kind of build up that brown a little bit. And again, bring it into the crease. For me, I like to kind of relax my eyebrow here, and that kind of helps me figure out where my crease is. I know some people like to do this, but for me, I like to just kind of let my eye relax. I'm loving how this is turning out. I'm gonna go back in with that big brush and go right in with the two like orangier shades that we used and just kind of buff out the edges of the brown here just so it doesn't look too harsh. Just kind of go in circular motions with the brown to kind of feather it out even more. So here is what the lid is looking like. I'm debating if I want to cut the crease or not. I'm not very good at cutting the crease. Y'all know this. I literally say this in any eyeshadow video that I do. But I think maybe I'll go out of my comfort zone and try it and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do it off camera though because it takes me like a whole 30 minutes just to cut one crease. So I don't want y'all here all day. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut the crease, and then we will be right back to do the lid shade. All right, so I'm back. I cut the crease. It don't look that good. I'll be honest. I'm very bad at cutting the crease, but we're gonna fix that. It's all gonna come together in the end. So there's a few options in this palette that I really, really like. I think the first option we're gonna go in with is this orange right here. I know it's hard to see on camera, but it's actually a shimmery orange color. And I'm actually gonna just take that on my finger. Here's a swatch of the shade. It's like orange with some gold reflect. It's really, really pretty. And I'm just gonna put that on here. I don't think it's sticking very well to the concealer that we used. I don't know if I like it. Let me try something else. Let's go back in with the brown color, that second dark brown shade that we used. Kind of bring some of that brown back. Maybe I'll feel better. You know, I have a little bit of that brown back because I know that we did take away some of the brown here. All right. I don't think I'm digging the whole shimmery orange, so let's go over top of that with more of a bronzy color. I'm gonna take this shade right here. I know it looks similar to the orange color, but this is actually much more of a bronze color. Here is this shade. It's more yellow, it's more vibrant, it's more coppery, and it's really out there. So you guys can see that really intensified the shimmery orange, but I do like this color a little bit more than the shimmery orange. I'm gonna go back in with this big brush and go back in with the two transition colors that we used and just go over the outside here, kind of blend everything, make sure there's no harsh edges. We got one eye done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera to save us some time, and then we will go in with the face makeup. All right, you guys, I'm back. As you can see, I did go ahead and finish up the eye look. For the inner corner highlight, I did go in with this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Tassel. I've had this for literally, I feel like almost 10 years. I got this very, very early in high school. I've had this. This is the first thing that I ever purchased from ColourPop, so I will never ever get rid of it. No matter how bad it is, I'm never getting rid of it. So let's start with the face makeup. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Moisturizer. I don't believe I've used this on my channel before. I have used it off camera and I really do like it. It leaves such a nice full coverage, medium to full coverage look on the skin. I do have this shade 10 Ultra Fair, and this is supposed to be hydrating, so if you have dry skin, you might really like this. And I do like that it has... I forgot to prime my face. Okay, what am I doing? Hold on one sec. Let's grab a primer. All right, we got a primer. Let's go in with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I really like this primer, you guys. And it smells divine. Just gonna massage this into the skin. Sometimes I hate that my eyebrows are done first because I always feel I'm going to ruin them with putting on like makeup or primer around my eyebrows. So I always have to be super careful. Now we're gonna go in with the foundation. This has marula oil in it and kombucha filtrate. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but I do like this. This has a squeezy tube. I know some people are against it due to hygiene reasons, but my face is washed, so for me, I don't feel, you know, like I'm getting the product dirty or anything like that. I did just wash my face. Gonna go in with a beauty blender, and of course the amount that I'm using right now is a super light layer, but you can of course build this up to your liking. So you can get a light coverage out of this, but you can also get a full coverage out of it depending, you know, on how much product that you want to use. And you can see it does leave the skin nice and glowy. And I am gonna go in and add an extra layer. I always like to start with just a little bit, just so that way I don't go overboard. And just going to blend this in. If you are a similar skin tone as I am, I think that this shade will match you. I really like how this shade matches my neck. You guys can see this just leaves a beautiful, glowy, healthy look to the skin. I love the way that this looks. Next, we're gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna go in with the ABH Magic Touch Concealer. I do a review of this on my channel already if you want to check that out, but I have been loving this concealer, you guys. It's my new favorite concealer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit to the inner corner and the outer corner, and just anywhere that I have some blemishes or some texture. This really does give a nice blurring effect under the eyes, and it is medium to full coverage, which is nice. And you can see it just doesn't even take a minute to blend it. It blends out so effortlessly, and it doesn't look cakey under the eyes, which is nice. And it does a really good job of covering up any redness that I have, which I like, and of course any dark circles that I have under my eyes. And it is buildable, so you can go in and build this product if you want more coverage. In my video, I did compare this to Shape Tape, but just the more hydrating version of Tarte Shape Tape. And at the time of filming, I did know that Tarte did come out with their ultra creamy Tarte Shape Tape, but I wasn't even thinking about it at the time of filming. But I still stand by what I say, that this is almost like a creamy version of Tarte Shape Tape. You guys can see it covered everything under my eyes, like dark circles where she was never here. You know what I mean? It looks so good. For cream blush, I'm gonna do cream blush today, but not cream bronzer. I'm gonna go in with Rare Beauties. This is Joy. I love Rare Beauties blushes. They're so good. And I'm just gonna try to focus the blush a little bit higher up on my cheekbones, and just go in with the sponge here and kind of blend it out. These blend out so nice, you guys, and they are really pigmented. As you can see, I got that much pigment out of just 2 small drops. These look so nice on the skin. Like that color, you guys. And what I like about these blushes too is I like that they're not like fully matte. Like they still kind of leave the glow that your skin has underneath. I love that. So here we got the blushes. For powder, I'm gonna retry this Artist Couture powder in the shade Cream Puff. Mine falls out of the pan here, but we're gonna retry this. Hopefully it doesn't ruin my makeup. I did like it the first time that I used it, but I'm trying to figure out if it changes the color of my makeup. I feel like I said that it did when I used this on my channel before, but we're gonna try it again and see. What I remember liking about this is it's really like smoothing, but it still removes the shine, if you know what I mean. Like, so it's gonna remove your oils, but it's going to still look very, very smooth and just cover all your texture on your skin. I'm gonna switch to a big powder brush. I do still think that this maybe just the slightest bit darkens my makeup, but I still feel like I can get away with using it. I don't feel like it's drastically changing the color, but it's definitely just a smidge lighter than what my normal skin color is, my skin tone. So if anything, I wish that Artist Couture could come out with some lighter and darker shades in this powder, because I do like the finish of it and the way that it makes my skin look. It makes my skin look super smooth and set without drying out my face, if that makes sense. You guys can see it's like taking away the shine, but it's still leaving a little bit of glow on the skin, which is what I like about this powder and what Artist Couture said that this powder would do, that it's like gonna set your makeup, but it's still going to leave any, you know, any glow that you have. It's still going to keep the glow of all of your complexion products and everything like that. Yeah, I definitely do like this powder. Again, I just wish that there was a lighter shade so that my face didn't get just a smidge darker than my neck, but I don't even know that you guys can notice it on camera. It's very hard to notice in person as well. It's very, very minor, but of course I'm the one using it. I do notice it. So if you have a skin tone as light as mine, you might notice that. So that's just a heads up for you. For bronzer, gonna go in with this Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder, and I'm gonna take this shade right here. It is the lightest shade. I really like this palette, and you get 4 bronzers, which is awesome. So I am going to bronze up the face. This brush is a Morphe 527, and I really do like it for chiseling out the cheekbones and just applying bronzer very precisely where I want it. Like, for example, by my hairline, if I do apply bronzer, because I've said in my other videos, I don't always apply bronzer there, but I love it for just getting right in the cheekbone. Just really contours your face really, really well. And I feel like you don't have to go in with powder underneath because, you know, you already had that kind of defined line just from how this brush is shaped. And I feel like you can apply bronzer super, super fast with this brush. Like, look, we already got our bronzer on. This has become my new favorite bronzer brush. Now we're gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease palette, and we're gonna take this shade right here. It's called, what is it called? Peros, right here. And just going to dab a little bit. This color is really, really pigmented, as you guys can see here. I love BH Cosmetics blushes, you guys. They are so good. I highly recommend them. If you are on the market for a good drugstore blush that's like really, really pigmented and really affordable. And if you ever go overboard with your blush, you can just go back in with your powder brush to kind of tone it down a little bit. For highlighter, I'm going to go in with this Milk Makeup highlighter. This is their flex highlighter in the color Iced. So it's like a really nice gold highlight color. And we're just going to focus this right here at the very top of the cheekbone. I've been kind of working with placement a lot with my highlighters and my blushes. And I've been kind of liking things a little bit higher than what I used to, where I used to place them on my face. So I've been kind of trying to stick with that. Boom. This is a beaming highlighter, you guys. I really like this one. And it's a gold that's not too gold, so I can wear it and it doesn't have too much of a dark cast on my face, which is really, really nice. So now we're going to go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that really dark brown that we used right here and go in on the lower lash line. I'm just going to go in with this pencil brush right here. And I'm just going to try to keep that as close to the lash line as possible. This can be really challenging for people who have sensitive eyes or wear contacts like me, because sometimes I feel like the brush goes into my eyeball and hits my eyeball, so I have to be a little bit careful. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take one of those smaller blending brushes and go back in with those two orange shades that we used at the beginning, just to kind of blend out the brown a little bit and kind of give us a little bit of that orange hue on the lower lash line. Y'all know I'm very basic with the lower lash line. I really don't like to be doing too much down there, so we're just gonna keep it simple. And that's all I'm gonna do for the lower lash line. I really, like I said, I just want to keep it basic, keep it simple. And for the waterline, I'm gonna go in with this ColourPop cream gel liner. This is in the shade Mr. Bing. I actually don't think I've ever used this shade before. We're gonna put this right in the lower lash line on the waterline. I would go in with an orange color, but I don't feel that I have a orange that matches this. So the next best thing is brown, which will really tie this look together. I love that. I sometimes feel like black looks a little bit harsh sometimes on the lower lash line. Really, it just depends on what eyeshadow look you're using, but I really like the way that the brown looks. I've never put brown on my lower lash line before, but I'm living for it. I think it looks really good. And I'm going to go in with this Essence mascara. This is the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara for the lower lash line. I have been loving this mascara, you guys. It really just lengthens and separates my lashes. For lips, I have two lip liners here. I think I'm gonna go in though with the e.l.f. Paradise lip liner. This does not have a color name, but it did come in their Retro Paradise collection that had, I think it had 3 lip liners and a gloss in it. I'm gonna try to use this product to outline my lips because I do want to do like a brown lip. So we're just gonna start outlining. And then fill in a little bit of the lip. I've been liking to fill in like the inner and outer portions of the lip lately when I'm doing my lipstick. So that's what we're going to do today. And then for the lip color, I'm going to go in with the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Butterscotch. This is a really, really pretty color. These lips are looking juicy. And I love the way that these glosses feel. Oh my gosh, they feel so good. So this is the finished look, you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. I actually really like how the look turned out. I'm feeling very fall inspired. I love the way the eyes turned out, even though, you know, I'm not good at cutting my crease. I feel like I did, you know, a pretty decent job. Not the best, I'll admit, but I feel like it looks pretty good. And I feel like the lip color really ties in the whole look along like with the color shirt that I'm wearing. I'm really into like oranges and browns together. I think they just look so beautiful. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and happy fall. I am, like I said, I'm here for all things fall. I can't wait to see what you guys are posting, watch a bunch of fall makeup looks. Just, I love the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I love the vibes, the fall vibes. So yeah, guys, that is it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would greatly help me out and I appreciate it so much, the support that you guys give me. Make sure you turn on your notification bell too so you are notified every time I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!